Virgo, I want you to ask yourself if it's happiness or peace that you are searching for. And if so, what must you follow or pave for yourself, and what must you abandon in order to accumulate that sense of peace? I think that money will probably look pretty good for you this month, most likely, especially if you're a Virgo rising. But this is going to be brand new in regards to the relationships, whether business, platonic, or romantic, that are going to come into your life, and some very fated people, most likely. It's going to be very important that with these retrogrades between Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, that you try to keep a very realistic vision for yourself on what you give and what you take in regards to those relationships. Okay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check on your reading. If you are new here, my name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been a tarot reader for 5 years. If you're not new here, welcome back. Obviously, I'm happy to have you. So let's go ahead and look right into it. Okay, Virgo, let's go ahead and see what you have going on for the rest of October. We have the Knight of Swords here for the past position, with the Seven of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. There could have been some information that caused you to make a very realistic choice in regards to something that was on your mind. With that Queen of Swords reverse, it does feel like something was either in excess, or there was something that maybe triggered you to feel some kind of way. The oracle that we have is luck is on your side for this past position. Well, this is a new moon in Sagittarius card. Sagittarius can be a lot about wisdom and needing to kind of keep an open mind to things, also needing to be a little bit more optimistic. And so I feel like you don't realize it maybe now, or maybe you do, but there was something that you were learning around your own personal triggers and the reality of certain situations, and also your mindset in the past, that maybe didn't feel like a blessing at the time, but it really was. For the present position, so this is late October, we have the Fool card, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse, and then we have the King of Cups reversed. There may be somebody that's kind of coming back from the past. We are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, so that can certainly be the case. This can be a consistent cycle between you and another person, or just how you relate to other people, how you are in your one-on-one relationships. So if there's somebody who's kind of blowing smoke a little bit, that's definitely something to watch for. And then you have the North Node. So I feel like with that Fool energy, this is more so about you needing to focus more on letting go of what was, and needing to follow or even pave a brand new path for yourself, that has nothing to do with that anymore. Because to me, this is you learning some kind of lessons that you've been kind of going back and forth with, teeter tottering with, that it's like, okay, you've learned the lesson. How many more times do you really need to learn it? So it's just about kind of moving forward from here. Then we have for the future, so we'll say about the first week of November, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. We have the King of Pentacles, and we have the High Priestess. um this to me can be pointing to you being like, yeah, I'm not giving so much like I was to my relationships. This may be where you decide to allow other people to provide or support you in some kind of way, shape, or form. For others of you, if you are this King of Pentacles, then I would just say you seem to be a little bit more strategically aligned with what it is that you want when it comes to your 3D reality, and what it means to be financially stable, and what that looks like, and potentially even reaching some kind of financial potential. Okay. And then we have happiness is simple. Find joy in life's small wonders, for they hold the key to fulfilling and contented heart. Okay, that looks like a typo. That's kind of weird, but let's go ahead and just dig it out. So let's take a look at that Knight of Swords and the Sun. Ooh, you were enlightened, baby. You were definitely enlightened about something. And to me, because of this enlightenment, because we also have the New Moon in Sagittarius Oracle card here, because of this enlightenment, I think that you went to go search for this sense of happiness, or you became a little bit more optimistic. The Sun is a lot about leadership and creativity, but it's also about optimism, joy, happiness, these things. And when you put a card like the Knight of Swords, this is a very distinct, progressive, impulsive, not always bad, especially when it's in combination with the Sun, but a very impulsive, questioning and venture to go find out what it is that truly makes you happy. Questioning. The Knight of Swords, a lot of the times, comes with questions. What is it that makes me happy? What's going to make me happy? Is it outside of myself? Is it something that I create? So I think that there were a lot of questions around that. And I think that during that time in mid-October, you kind of figured out what that looked like. You realized that you probably needed to start taking very realistic steps towards your sense of maybe what you want a relationship to look like, or very realistic steps in regards to how you need to manage or handle your finances. Are you being realistic about how you make money? Are you being realistic about your budgeting? Things like that. Are you being realistic around a business? So it seems like there was a choice. It can also be for some of you that you got a reality check about a person in your life and how much they actually support you versus how much they don't. The Queen of Swords reverse with the Queen of Wands. This to me feels like a graduation, and that doesn't mean that the Queen of Swords is or the Queen of Wands is better than the Queen of Swords, but the Queen of Swords reverse is the Queen of Swords reversed is reversed, And so when the Queen of Swords is reversed, this can be where we act a little erratic or we really get in our head about things. We can become overly emotional. But I think that you realize that was coming from a place of a lack of confidence. So, for instance, and I'm not saying that this is what you were doing, okay, but let's say that you were very much comparing yourself to others, and it really puts you in this mind frame that you didn't want to be in. It made you feel triggered. It made you feel some kind of way, and you're like, this is coming from a place of lack of confidence. And so I think that for a lot of you, you figured out what that was, and you allowed yourself to take the lead a little bit more, stop comparing yourself to others, this, that, and the third. Let's just get one here. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius with the Nine of Wands reverse. Now I'm getting that a Billie Eilish song called The Greatest. And she says, and we don't have to fight if it's not worth fighting for. And I'm not saying that's about, a person in your life specifically. But there could have been something that you were fighting for so hard. And then you realize, like, why am I fighting for this? What is the point here? And so I think that's what triggered you to go in search of what is worth fighting for, what was worth fighting for, what is it, what was it that made you happy, makes you happy. So let's see the current, which is late October. Love this. So the Fool with the Page of Pentacles, it looks like to me you got a little bit tired of the norm, of what has been expected of you, perhaps. You got tired of living through somebody else's narrative. Other people maybe telling you what you should do, how you should act, etc. To me, it looks like you were done. You were breaking free of that specific narrative or path because you may have realized or felt like you were living somebody else's life, in a way. And so to me, with that Page of Pentacles, it seems like in late October, there's something that you're venturing out on, something brand new that you're starting. And there will be tangible efforts. And because of that, there will be tangible results, which I think that you're building something. It looks like you're building something. And Uranus, which is what represents the Fool. It's not Aries, by the way, it's Uranus. Sorry, I must have said that so pretentious. I didn't mean to. But Uranus, it can very much be about the Great Awakener. Our most authentic sense of self, right? When people tell me like, oh, I need to, or they say like, I need to figure out who I truly am. It's like, look at your Uranus placement. You know what I mean? You want to break free, channel that. And so I feel like you guys are kind of channeling that at this time, and it's taking you to your destiny with that North card. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed with the Five of Cups reversed. I think that if there is somebody that comes back in your life, or if there's an opportunity to repeat something, I don't necessarily know if you will, just because I see that Five of Cups reversed. So you may be kind of the notion where it's like, yeah, that was a time, that was a time, but this is a time no more. And you may just decide to forgive, maybe not forget, right? But forgive and let go of the past and kind of move on. Then we have the King of Cups reversed with the Fool reversed. So remember, we just had the Fool. You're out on your new path. You're doing your thing. You're figuring out who you truly are, etc. And then we have a King of Cups reversed and the Fool reversed. If you are this King of Cups reversed, okay, you're going to know whether you are or not. The King of Cups reversed is lacks emotional maturity, is somebody who is incredibly moody, incredibly jealous, will sometimes attempt to um, change somebody's mind through manipulation, and it's because they usually want to get a need met. This can be very reckless behavior. You could, if that is you, then you can be deterring yourself off of your own path. If this is somebody else, then somebody else is trying to, it almost feels like they're trying to pull you back to someone or something that you used to be. So, and I say that because also we have the North Node here. What's the opposite of the North Node? The South Node. The South Node is going to try to pull you back. The North Node is trying to push you forward. So let's see what that North Node is about. The Ten of Cups reverse. Well, Virgo, I mean, especially with these retrogrades back into Pisces, things may seem a bit confusing. Who's there for you, who's not, what kind of person you should be in a relationship with, what kind of person you should not be in a relationship with. I think it's about really asking yourself where you truly feel emotionally fulfilled and supported. And if that's not the direction, and that's about you needing to be very honest with yourself, then you need to do just that and be very honest with yourself. Okay. Now, in the first week of November, we have the Six of Pentacles reversed with the Five of Wands. There may be some kind of argument or drama around money, finances, equal give and take, things like that. For instance, like if you owe somebody money or something like that, it may come up in the first week of November. It's not like a super big deal. The Five of Wands really isn't that big of a deal. It can also be where maybe in a connection, maybe at your work, whatever, you feel like you're not charging enough. Maybe you feel like you're worth more than what you're getting. There could be a little bit of drama around that. Let me get some advice for that. What's the advice? The Three of Pentacles reverse. Um, I do think that there's something to learn here. The Three of Pentacles depicts three people. And one person is more of a steward or a student, is still in the learning process. And the other two people are a little bit more advanced in their education or whatever. And they're all working on something together. But the the lesson in the Three of Pentacles is that even though this person who may not know as much, they still, the people who are more advanced are still learning from this person. So I want to say, like, don't sell yourself short. And I say that because I see that Six of Pentacles reverse and the Five of Wands. You may have this fear of imposter syndrome, or you're feeling like what you have to bring to the table isn't enough. You're wrong. Okay. You are wrong. And so it's trying to ask you to open yourself up to maybe more collaboration, and not necessarily second guessing yourself. If there are other people that are maybe not on the same page with, I don't know, perhaps, what they're willing to give and not give in a relationship, well, you need to ask yourself realistically, is this something that I can truly compromise on? Or is this something I am not willing to sell myself short on, if that's how you feel about it, and then need to answer honestly. We have the King of Pentacles as well. Six of Pentacles reverse. I'm telling you. Um, Six of Pentacles reversed twice. Wow. If this King of Pentacles is not you, there may be somebody here who is showing up a bit supportive. Maybe they haven't shown up as very supportive before. Maybe you feel like they should be more generous with their time or their energy. What is the advice for this? The Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is basically you needing to ask yourself if this is a true and honest to God worthy investment, is basically what it's saying. If you truly feel like you're not getting anything out of this relationship, out of this business relationship, out of this business, then you're needing to, again, answer yourself honestly. Um, so yeah. But I also want to say, like, don't be too quick to make a decision on something. There could be something there could be something or someone here who is actually could be quite beneficial, but it may not appear as that on the surface at first. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting that. We have the High Priestess with the Chariot. Okay, I really like this. You guys have an intuitive hit on where it is that you want to go. I would listen to that in the first week of November. And we're having the full moon in Taurus on the first week of November. I want to say it's November 5th or 6th, something like that. And so, that's a friendly for you guys. That's going to naturally trine your placements. If you have any Virgo placements, which I imagine that you probably do if you're watching this. So there can be something you're realizing like, okay, like I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move forward with this. I'm ready to reach my potential. You're having a victory. What are we having a victory about? It was where you were stuck before. You were stuck on whatever this was. Your intuition is going to guide you exactly where you should be. You need to listen to that. Don't ignore that. Don't try to logisticize what you're feeling because it's trying to take you to the right place. Okay. So we have the happiness is simple, find joy in life's small wonders. With the Ace of Swords, maybe it's in writing, maybe it's just talking with people that get you, maybe it's something in regards to learning. I think that this is probably the time where you're going to get a lot of clarity around what happiness does mean for you. And we see a lot of that, right? With the sun, the 10 of cups reversed on the north node, the luck is on your side, the happiness is simple. You know, this is all about your happiness. You know, it's so funny because now I'm hearing that, that guy, that Buddhist, I saw an interview with him. I can't remember what his name is. Forgive me. I do know he's a Leo. I know what his sign is, but I don't remember what his name is. Anyway, he's really intelligent. But somebody asked him, "Are you happy?" And he said, "Am I happy? That's a great question, but a difficult question." He says, "I do not venture in the pursuit of happiness because once you are happy, you can become sad. We're sad, you can become happy." And he's basically explaining that it goes up and down and up and down. He said, "I'm looking for peace. I'm looking to be right here." And that's the thing about Buddhism, which of course I'm no master at or anything, but I do find it very fascinating. Buddhism. And they're always about staying right here, you know. And he was also saying on another interview where he said, regardless, if somebody gives you a compliment, you do not go here. If somebody insults you, you do not go here. These things should not take you from the middle space, which is that sense of peace, that sense of self, that you know what I'm saying? So I hope that that makes sense. Anyway, thanks a lot, Virgo. I hope that this helped, and enjoy the rest of your October. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on my website at www.violettaalexis.com. If you would like to book a scheduled session with me or text and or call spontaneously, you can do so at hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below or in the pinned comment in the chat. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great mid-October.